This is how your man stopped leading and how you unknowingly probably trained him to. Let me say something that might trigger you. He didn't just stop leading, you trained him. You trained him to stop. And before we get defensive, stay with me and let me cook, because I'm about to cook. So sit down. Because I received this comment yesterday. I'm like, oh, she's in a good point. How she handles this situation is her, either she trains him positively or negatively. Okay? So I was like, oh, let me do a video because I know a lot of women can relate to this situation right here. So this is more of a general video just in case. I was like, oh, this is a perfect topic. So let's discuss it so we can all learn together, okay? Most women don't mean to do this. They do it out of love, they do it out of survival, and they do it out of, we're a team. But men don't experience it as teamwork. They experience it as replacement. So let's get into the psychology of it real quick. A man steps into leadership when he feels needed, trusted, and respected in his role. And his role biologically, psychologically, and energetically has always been provision and direction. So when you cover big bills, offer financial help just one time, problem solve his stress, and you start saying, don't worry, I've got it. Or you become his emotional and financial safety net, you are teaching him something very specific. I don't actually need you to lead. And once a man feels unnecessary, his masculine drive shuts down. Not because he's evil, not because he's lazy, but because masculinity responds to responsibility. Now let's talk about what she said her husband tells her. Sweetie, you're also working. You should be able to handle big stuff. And this is where most women freeze. They get angry. They feel invisible. They feel like, wait, when did this become my job? But here's the uncomfortable truth. He didn't wake up one day and decided that. You showed him that. And what we're not going to do is start helping him financially. The moment you start helping a man financially, you curse him. And this is why helping a man financially curses him. This part is controversial, but it's important. When you financially support a man long term, the subconscious message isn't love. The message is, I don't believe you can handle this. And that weakens his self-trust. A man who doesn't trust himself will resent the woman who made him comfortable not trying. This is why women say, I've helped him build and now he's checked out. I supported him and now he's passive. I became the backbone and now I feel alone. I ride and died for him. I helped him build from the ground up and then he left me. Because you replace his purpose instead of protecting it. Women have incredible power. A woman can bless a man into greatness or comfort him into stagnation. And no, this does not mean abandoning him. It means stop parenting him. When he says, you're also working, you should be able to handle big stuff, you're going to respond calmly. I'm going to give you 3 options you can say to that. Option 1, you can say, just because I can does not mean I want to. I feel the most supported when you handle that area. Simple. That's a boundary. That's you saying no. Just because I can doesn't mean I want to. Because the moment you do, you will slowly start losing respect for him. It's so subconscious and it happens so slowly, and then you see it further down the line once you're out of it or once shit is too in the deep end. Option 1 is a boundary and it keeps the polarity. Option 2, this one re-anchors his masculinity. This is what you're gonna say. I work, yes, but I chose a partner because I value being provided for. That is important to me. See? Simple. Simple. Yeah? Okay. Option 3. This one shows confidence with softness. You look at him and you tell him, I trust you with this. It means a lot to me when you take care and handle the bigger responsibilities. Yeah? Yeah? That's it. That's all you have to say. No anger, no lecture, and no explaining for 20 minutes and justifying your desire. Okay? Because the more comfortable you are, we tend to justify our desires and shrink them. When in our reality, it should be going up. The more time you spend with him, the more you should require him to rise and become of a better man. But also on the other side of the spectrum, you should be also improving yourself as well. Masculine energy responds to clarity, not emotional dumping, babies. And this is the reality check. This is the part that nobody wants to hear. You cannot retrain him without retraining yourself. Because if you secretly enjoy being needed, if your worth is tied to being helpful, if you fear what stops, if you stop rescuing, he will feel that. Men don't rise when women hover. They rise when women step back and trust. Okay? And another thing we're not doing that we have to talk about, the majority of the men that have women in 50-50 situations, that other half he's saving because you bringing half of the 50. 9 times out of 10, he's spending it elsewhere. Okay? He ain't saving it. He's probably spending it. You give him another opportunity to spend it elsewhere. Okay? Be very mindful of that. Okay? I've seen it countless too many times. I've seen it too many times. Women that are rescuing these men, paying their bills. Yeah, with that same money, he's going and taking out another girl on dates with that same money. Okay, so be very mindful, ladies. I know it might not be the truth that you want to, what you want to hear, but I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you so you can wake up and you can be mindful, okay? Because I've seen it in real life countless times. I've seen it way too many times. Like, for example, this young lady that a friend of a friend that I knew, she's a therapist, mind you. She had this man, was providing for him, babying him, being his mama, rescuing him, and this man was outside texting a whole bunch of girls, taking them on dates with the money with her card, while she was being the provider. So that's, you don't want to do that, okay? But I digress. If you want a man to lead, you have to stop standing in the position you want him to occupy. Leadership needs space. And softness isn't doing everything. It's allowing him to do it. That is what softness is. You allow your softness to be soft by allowing him to show up for you so you can be soft. That's how you're soft in the relationship. And this is exactly why I don't teach communication first. I teach regulation, feminine boundaries, self-trust first. Because once you shift who you are being, the dynamic will automatically shift. And that's when you can learn, and once you shift, that's when you can learn how to communicate more effectively, how to communicate more in a feminine way. Because if you try to communicate, but you don't believe it, and you don't actually embody that, it's off. It's off. One thing first, and then the other, okay? And if this is landing for you, I teach you this inside the Feminine Reset and in the Provider Magnet, okay? I hope this video helped. Check it out. You're going to love it. First start with the Feminine Reset, then go to the Provider Magnet. I hope this video helped. I love you guys. Bye.